I'm not glad they lost the game. I'm not. But at least losing the game can allow us to call things for what they are this week. And we don't have to play this game that because they won the game that everything is all right. Here is the truth.
We do that a lot.
Yes. The Eagles' offense sucks. It flat out sucks, especially considering the personnel that is on this team. They don't do anything well consistently. They do not run the ball well consistently. They do not pass the ball well consistently. They have no identity because they don't do anything well enough to do it for long enough to be their identity. And you can look at just about every metric there is, from the regular ones to the advanced ones. There are no good passing metrics. There are no good rushing metrics. They are now 30th in the league again in sack rate. 30th. There's only 32 teams. They have the fourth most 3-and-outs in the entire NFL. For every good half of offense we have one that is not only subpar, but is absolutely, positively horrible. And I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's Kevin Petullo. I don't know if it's Nick Sirianni. I don't know if it's Jalen. I don't know if it's the offensive line. But it is not even close to being good enough to be a Super Bowl team. Not even close. And this whole thing where the quarterback and the star wide receiver do not talk to each other is psychotic loser stuff. It is what losers do. To hear that they missed each other on a deep pass and they don't talk to each other about what happened afterwards is what losers do. They have all the makings of a poorly coached team. They get dumb penalties. They say they don't communicate well. Every week it's the same thing. We just aren't executing well. And last year they had a gift that they could solve the problem of their offense with this dominant offensive line and this dominant running back. They do not have that gift this year. And the last thing, you can miss me with all of this. It's early and they have to get used to their new coordinator stuff. It's crazy to say it. The Lions have a new coordinator. Every time I look, they're scoring 40 points. The Indianapolis Colts have a brand new quarterback. Every time I look, they're scoring 40 points. The Bucs have a new offensive coordinator. The Eagles have the same players they had last year. They have the same head coach, and they have an offensive coordinator who's been in the building for 5 years. It just isn't good enough. And they've been playing with fire all year long with this, and it finally bit them yesterday. Yeah. You know, we can talk about penalties and all this. They scored 17 points. Yeah. The end of the day, they scored 17 points, and it's just not good enough. And the thing that is bothering me is normally when something is wrong, you can pin it on somebody. Right. We all want to pin it on Petullo or pin it on Jalen or pin it on Nick or one of these things, or pin it on the offensive line. It just feels like none of them are doing their jobs well enough, and that's why we are where we are.
Well, where we are, Spike, is 4-1.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Take a deep breath. I understand. Listen, I'm not going to stop anybody that wants to release this frustration that I'm sure has been pent up for a few weeks. But when you win football games, it's hard to, from a mental and psychic standpoint, of trying to enjoy the win while also deal with the issues that you clearly see on game day.
Right.
So I get that. I get that. I'm not going to stop anybody from letting it out today. Here's what I'll say. I'm not overreacting. They are 4-1, and maybe the loss does turn out to be a good thing because some things you have to face in a loss that you choose to ignore in wins. We do that as fans all the time, and that's why the attention around the team is going to be a little different this week, and that's fine. Now everybody has a dose of reality. It finally cost them a game. But I'll tell you what, some things I'm okay with what I saw yesterday. I'm okay with the way I saw the passing game start to look yesterday. We've been talking about pass the football, explosive plays. Yesterday was by far the most explosive the offensive looked through the air. And 38 passes, albeit probably about 10 too many. That's probably about 10 passes too many. And I get it. They got pass happy yesterday. But you know what happened? They saw those explosive plays and they said, man, let's keep doing it. We're hitting the ball to Devontae. We're hitting the ball to, AJ didn't get explosive plays, but hell, at least he got targets. I mean, they're hitting the ball to Jahan Dotson down the field. There were some good things. Jalen looked good for the most part, throwing the football yesterday. Yes, there were lulls in the offense where they didn't pick up first downs and all of that. All that stuff can be corrected. I'm not telling you it was a flawless game. It was a game full of flaws that when you lose, now you have to address those things. But what I will say, it's the first loss of the season. Buffalo Bills also lost last night to the New England Patriots at home. So no one's undefeated anymore. And it forces you to have to look yourself in the mirror with some of these things. But at the same time, if I'm looking for what I wanted to see some progress from, the passing game, I saw it. I saw good throws. Saquon out of the backfield. Hadn't seen that all year. I saw throws down the field. Hell, I saw 3rd and 17 where they usually have handed the ball off and just given up.
That was a gift. That was nice.
One down the field to Devontae early in the game. Those are things that I can take away from this game and say, you know what? Let's build on that. We have to get the running game going. And believe me, if you don't think Saquon is going to be running with a little extra pep in his step Thursday night, once we see that part of it get going, Spike, this team, there's still a lot of football left to play. Still a lot of football left to play. Man, get it out. Man, get it out. Get your frustrations out today. Get your frustrations out today. And yes, they threw the ball because their wide receivers have been complaining for 2 or 3 weeks. So they said, damn it, we'll throw the damn ball today. They threw it. Devontae looked like a damn top 10 receiver, and A.J. will get him going. We'll get him going once he starts.
I'm glad you're positive.
Yeah, well, listen, the 60-yarder was there for the touchdown.
It was.
If he kept running.
It was.
If he keeps running, that's there. And now that's Jalen 300-plus yards, 3 touchdown passes. A.J.'s sitting at about, 100 yards, because that's 60 more yards added to whatever he did yesterday. That's a good day. That's not even including the Jahan Dotson pass that I still believe he caught. And the Devontae Smith pass that got called back.
Because of the illegal motion.
Because of that nonsense they called against Saquon. That stuff Jalen actually did and hit. I know it didn't count, but I saw it with my own. I hadn't seen that all year long. I saw it yesterday. And if we can look like that throwing the ball and add the run game to it, we got some good things going. Listen, they finally got bit in the butt yesterday. Be upset, you got every right. But I think it's more upset about what has been the totality over 5 games. That's where the frustration.
Yeah, it's not just about
their first game of the season. Yes,
yeah.
They just lost their first game of the season.
It's not about the loss,
right?
Yeah, it really isn't. They, as you mentioned, Buffalo lost. You're not gonna go 17-0.
Exactly.
But I will say this: and 215-592-9494. Agree partially on the passing thing. What concerns
they look good passing the ball yesterday.
What concerns me is what happened in the second half. Is Denver primarily plays man, but what they did in the second half is what the Bucs did. Is they only rushed 4 guys. Now sometimes they dropped guys back into coverage, and one of the guys that was rushing was a cornerback or a safety or whatever it was, and they drop everybody back into zone, and that's when all those sacks start happening. That's when we hold on to the ball, and it's when we, and even the sacks that is just Jalen running out of bounds a yard or 2 short, that's still a sack. It's a passing play that ends up in a loss.
I agree.
So all right.
No, there's definitely some negative there that they need to clean up. I'm just saying, at least yesterday, I saw some things I'd been looking to see all year long.
Right.
And to see the ball going down the field and challenging defense. That's a very good Broncos defense. See, we all looked at that 2-2 record, and we act like that was supposed to be a cakewalk. That's a very good football coach. They got a head coach that was a defensive coordinator that used to be a head coach over there, much like we have, right? So you got good coaches over there, good scheme, and Bo Nix didn't make the play that cost him the game yesterday.
No, he didn't.
He didn't make any huge mistakes yesterday. Although that was a strip sack that Cooper DeJean had. I'll go to my grave saying that. I don't give a damn what they're talking about. Arm going forward, that nonsense. That was a strip sack. It was a strip sack. It's an offensive league where they give you the benefit of doubt with this nonsense. That was a damn fumble.
Your boy almost had it. It was a good play by Cooper, whether it was a fumble or not. Yeah. 215-592.
They finally used him to rush the passer.
94-94.